Hi amiga, what is up and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Jennifer Ross and I'm back at it again with yet another video. Yes, you have seen the title. It is what it is. I don't know at this very moment what the title is going to be yet, but yes, I am in line to get diabetes, or I have diabetes type 2. I will start at the beginning, and I'm telling this video just to help other people out. I know I look dolled up and everything, but that is because I had an assignment for a brand that I'm working with and I need to hand that in next week. But tomorrow I will be admitted to the hospital and I want to make sure that I have all my obligations done before I go into the hospital, and just in case that I don't feel well when I come back. But we're gonna get to that. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos from me. And yeah, this is a different type of video, but I feel like it's important to still share these type of things with you, because this is a lifestyle channel. This is a journey of my life, and I feel like this is a very, very important part of my life that is going to change up in the upcoming months, and you will see it on my channel. And I just want to be transparent about as much as possible to help other people. So let's go ahead and get into this. So first I want to give a little disclaimer, because this is the internet. I'm sharing this video from my own personal point of view. I am sharing this video from what I know. I am not a dietitian. I am not a doctor. If you feel anything similar to the symptoms or the things that I say in my video, see those as a sign to just visit your doctor, and he can help you further with that. Get blood work done and ask for the things that you want to know about your own health. Your health is important, and it is not something that you should budget on at any time. Like, at no time should you be budgeting on your health. So see it more as that. It's more informative, it's more my story. But I do know that if you recognize like certain things and you start to get anxious, just visit your own doctor and he will be able to help you with more, you know, get it figured out. So basically, over 2 weeks ago now, I read this book. I spoke about it, like, not in my last vlog, but the vlog before that. It was this book, All Your Perfects, from Colleen Hoover. And this book like triggered me because I want to get pregnant, and I've been struggling with a few things because I had like 2 miscarriages, and ever since I've built up like a whole lot of anxiety in myself. I was Googling things and I've convinced myself that I suffered from those things. I was just basically like making a whole bunch of horror stories in my head. Every time me and my partner had intercourse, I would think that I was pregnant, and this was just very, very hard on me mentally, and just especially mentally. And these type of things are hard on your relationship. So after reading this book, I felt encouraged to talk to my boyfriend about that first, and then after that we decided that it would be better for me to just go to the doctor and then speak about all the things that I'm worried about and let them have everything checked out, for me to just be safe and, you know, like get all the crazy things out of my head that were going through my head, and that be the end of the story. Like, basically I was also feeling that, this is so hard. So basically, before me going to the doctor, I was also feeling like not as energetic as I used to. That could easily be the fact that I would be anemic again. I always have been anemic. An anemic person is someone who has a low iron in their blood, and that is something that I have been having ever since I lived in Belgium, which is now almost 8 years. So I always had that, and I just thought like, okay, the past 2 years since there are a lot of restrictions when you want to go to your general practitioner, like your doctor, your home doctor, then with me it was a whole hassle to make an appointment. Of course, if you need help with anything, then of course you can still go, but it was just a whole hassle. So the last time I had my iron pills were, I think, in the beginning of 2020. So, and after that, I didn't have that anymore. So I figured like maybe it's that. I always feel this type of way when my iron is low in my blood. So yeah, maybe it's just that. So I went to the doctor's office and I told her, like, I had a new doctor, by the way. And I told her like, yeah, I think my iron is low because I've been feeling like not as energetic, a little bit tired and sleepy a lot of time. Even though like I had like a proper night of sleep, I still feel like very sleepy. And she told me like, yeah, of course we're gonna like do some blood work, but since it's the first time that I'm seeing you and I'm a new doctor here, I am gonna do like a whole lot of blood work. I'm gonna take your blood, but I'm also gonna read like your history here at the doctor's practice. And then I also decided to tell her that I had the desire to become a mom. I discussed everything with her that I was concerned about. I'm not gonna get too much into detail about that, but basically, you know, I'm worried about a few things. I keep Googling things and put it in my head that I have all these things and that is the reason that I haven't gotten pregnant yet. So she told me like, that is crazy, we're gonna take your blood, but ever since you told me that you wanna get pregnant, I'm gonna get you tested for a few more things, just to be sure, you know, that you're good to go. But I'm pretty sure you are, because if you didn't know, there is a story time about that on my channel. It is in Dutch though, where I had my first miscarriage, but it was an ectopic pregnancy and they had to remove the pregnancy surgically, and they also ended up like taking out one of my fallopian tubes, eileider in Dutch. They had to remove one, so I only have one at this very moment. And she told me if there was anything going on of like endometriosis, because that was one of the things that I was concerned about, then they would have seen that when they did the surgery. And the other one, what was the other one that I was concerned about? PCOS. That also doesn't align with anything that I have, because I have like very steady periods, so that also doesn't make sense for me to have. But she would get everything checked. So I went about my day. After that, she took my blood, she sent it to the lab to get tested, and I just went about my day, went about my weekend. The weekend I also had a meet and greet. We went to Germany with like a whole bunch of amigas and with a touring car. It was really, really fun. And Monday morning I get this phone call from the doctor's office. I was working and she told me that she got like a few concerning results back from my blood work, and that she wanted to discuss them with me in person. So that really made me a little bit concerned, because I was like, oh my god, you see, like something really bad is going on. Other than the diagnosis that she would give me, I thought like, I don't know, I was thinking the worst, but also like, I don't know, you know? In the afternoon I had my appointment. I went and she told me that my glucose levels in my blood is 4 times the amount of what I am supposed to have. So basically, she said, I think you have diabetes type 2. She also weighed me, by the way, so she knew my weight from the previous doctor's appointment. And she just told me like, I think you have diabetes. There's something wrong, and I will be sending you over to the hospital to get this checked out further. And in that moment, I was just flooded with emotion. Like, I don't know like how to explain that to you, but like it felt like a lot was going on. This was last Monday. Right now I'm able to talk about it normally, but back then it was just a lot. Like, it's just a lot that happens to you, a lot. Your whole life gets flipped upside down for a minute, you know? So yeah, I was just filled with these emotions, like what is going on? How is my life gonna look? what is this? And I don't speak about my biological father a lot, but he passed away years and years and years ago. He had diabetes. I'm not really sure if it's diabetes type 1 or diabetes type 2. Based on the things that I told the doctor about my own dad, she said that she thinks that it is diabetes type 2, but we can't know for sure. And my dad also passed away at a very young age, which was 56. So yeah, that's all that I have to work with. But my parents come from a very taboo time and age. Like a lot of things, what I'm doing right now, they would consider as oversharing, like telling people too much, like people don't have to know this, blah blah blah. I don't see it like that, because if you are suffering from the same things that I am, or like if these symptoms are here, then I want you to know that you need to go to a doctor. Like, I don't care what anybody has to say about that. That's just how I feel, and this is my personal story, so I should be able to tell my story if I want to, even though my mom did encourage me to tell you this story this time because she thinks like it's really important. I have a lot of amigas that are also like curvier, bigger women, so just in case, you know. As overwhelmed and things that I was, the doctor also called the hospital. She made an appointment for me, and I had to go on Wednesday to the appointment. Okay, one thing the doctor also told me is that I probably have had this for a very long time, and that is the reason that it could have gotten so far and gotten so high up in levels. So that nothing that I will do right now will change the situation. So if I eat like another cookie, or if I drink another Red Bull, for example, she did told me to preferably stop, but nothing that I will do right now is going to change what is happening in my body right now. But to me, it just came like, okay, I need to stop immediately. I haven't seen a dietitian or anything yet, but I was like, okay, I need to stop immediately. But years and years and years ago, I had like this sound in my ear. I had the sound in my ear, and it sounded like I hear like wind or the sea in my ear. And she ended up writing it down in my history for the hospital. She wrote that down. What else did she write down? She wrote down like the fact that I'm anemic, or that they thought I was. Because apparently every time that I go for a checkup and I ask to check my iron levels, they only check the iron levels, and they never, that is why they were never able to pick up on the fact that this sugar thing or diabetes thing is going on in my blood, which is very shameful actually, but there's nothing we can do about that. And there's no point in like thinking what if and whatnot and blah blah blah. It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't help me with anything, and it's just an illusion and a dream. So to me, that it's not realistic, so it's pointless. But this could have been detected years and years and years ago, but they didn't, because when you ask for a checkup, you need to ask specifically to be checked up for everything. And would I not have asked to be checked up for pregnancy reasons, then they wouldn't have picked up on this even now. So that was a little concerning to me, and up until Wednesday, like all kind of thoughts started to flood my mind, like, oh my god, like what if I had a heart attack? What if things would have went really bad? I also, by the way, like I'm all over the place, I'm sorry about that, but during my first consult, she also noticed that I dropped 13 kilos in 2 years, because the last time I was there, I was 13 kilos more. I dropped 13 kilos. If you watch my channel, you know that I work out, I eat healthy for the most part, so some of that is due to that, but some of that may also be linked to this whole diabetes thing, We don't know for sure, but I thought I would also mention that. Immediately after I left the doctor's office, I was like, okay, I need to start changing. I'm not gonna wait until I have an appointment with a dietitian after I'm diagnosed. I'm just gonna start like already like excluding sugar from everything. And I must say, the first days, I really had a hard time accepting what is going on, crying about it. Mourning my old eating habits. It sounds silly, but mourning that, and also realizing that sugar is in everything. It doesn't mean that I can never have my favorite foods anymore, but from now on everything needs to go into moderation. However, Wednesday, the day rolls around that I need to go to the hospital. So I go to the hospital. I see so many young patients that also have diabetes, type 1, type 2. One of them was standing at the desk in the hospital and waiting for needles to inject insulin. And it was just so crazy for me to see. And also because like my dad had this from a very, very young age, like before he was even 30. But since that was never diagnosed with me, I thought, you know, like they didn't check for it. But to me, I felt like I was never diagnosed with anything. So maybe I'm taking for my mom's side of the family that rarely even has this, you know? So yeah, I was a little cocky about that, but that already gave me like a very good reality check. Like, oh my God, this might be you after this consultation. So anyways, the assistant of the doctor in the hospital comes and takes me to a separate like room, and there she interviews me like, oh, are you coming here for a checkup on your diabetes? And I'm like, no, it's my first time. I actually got, you know, kind of diagnosed last Monday. They picked up something in my blood work, and I'm just here to get it figured out whether I have type 1 or type 2, because they didn't know for sure, and they need to know for sure to give me the proper medication and stuff. So she weighs me again. She listens a little bit to my backstory. She listens to the part that I want to get pregnant, and then she says like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave this up to the doctor, but I already did like a little intake and the doctor will be with you shortly. So after a few minutes, the doctor walks in, and she also have like another like trainee with her, and they sit, they read like the letter from my general practitioner, so my house doctor, and also my blood work. And she also asked me like, oh, so you have a wish for pregnancy? And I tell her yes. And she's like, you know what, Jennifer, right now I am not going to be bothered with diagnosing you with type 1 or type 2, but we need to get this under control as soon as possible, just in case you get pregnant or for you to get pregnant, because you risk dying, your baby risk being silently born, if you know what I mean by that. And in that moment I'm like, what? And she was like, and we need to do this by giving you insulin. Do you want this? And I'm like, can we not fix this with pills and blah blah blah? And she's like, we can fix it with pills, but it's gonna take you a longer time, and in the end you will have to have your insulin correct anyways before you have your baby, or if you're pregnant. And I would rather have your insulin fixed before you get pregnant. So I'm like, yeah, of course, you know, like, yeah. So she'd asked me like, when are you ready to come in to get your insulin? And I'm like, get in? Yeah, we're gonna admit you to the hospital for 3 days. I'm like, whoa, this is serious, you know? So yeah, she tells me like, if you are okay with it, then I would like to admit you to the hospital on Sunday, which will be tomorrow. And we are gonna level your blood work back to the normal amount that it is supposed to be with the insulin. And after that, you will have to continue to take insulin by pills or by injections. I don't really know exactly what is going on, but they will be telling me that tomorrow. And that is where I'm at right now. I want to talk to you a little bit more about like the last few days and how this has been. It has been crazy. It has been overwhelming. I have cried a lot, and I've never understood the concept of people filming themselves when they are crying, but at some point I just whipped out my camera to see how ridiculous I looked. And then I started laughing, and then I stopped. And basically after that, I didn't really cry anymore. And this was on Thursday, by the way, so that's good. Ever since I found out about it, so since Monday, I flipped my whole way of eating. Luckily, that hasn't been as hard as I thought it was gonna be, just because I'm used to eating healthy. I'm used to eating my greens and stuff. But like all my breads need to be whole wheat bread now, volkorenbrood. Pasta needs to be whole wheat pasta, bruine pasta. And I'm just still figuring out what I can have for breakfast and what I can have for lunch. I've been meal prepping. I've been doing a lot. Like, here's a little montage of everything that I've been doing the last few days when it comes to food. So yeah, that is all I have been doing for food lately. I'm still a work in progress and I still need to see a dietitian. I don't know if that's gonna happen in the upcoming days or whether that's gonna be an appointment later on. Okay, amiga, I am back. My camera was overheating. This is a very expensive camera, so it has no business doing that, but it was doing that. So let me just start with like the symptoms that I had. I also whipped up the letter for my doctor. Well, of course, that I'm a young patient and that I have a pregnancy wish and that my glucose levels are 4 times the amount of what they are supposed to be, that I experience being tired, and before that they always thought that it was an iron deficiency due to my heavy periods that I always have monthly. And yeah, for that they would always give me iron pills. And she asked in this letter for the doctor to diagnose me or figure out if I have type 1 or type 2 diabetes. But due to what I told her about my dad, which is also written in this letter, she thinks it's type 2, but they need to confirm that. My history is that I had tinnitus. I don't know how you say that in English, but that's the problem that I had with my ears. One of my fallopian tubes, the one on the right side, is removed. She wrote that as my history. And what else? Other than that, like the medicine that they would give me for my iron deficiency, or the ones that they thought I had. And then also my weight, my length, and my BMI, which is 37.5 at this moment, which is too much. That definitely I need to work on that right now. And then also my blood pressure and all of that. So yeah, that's everything that she wrote. And those are also the things that I want to warn you about. If those are things that you experience yourself and you are also someone that they would always give like iron pills to get it fixed. And I'm not gonna lie, the iron pills have fixed my feeling tired for the most part, but at this point this may be going on for more than 10 years now, and I have no idea when this developed, when this happened, and I don't know at this moment how it is to feel normal and energetic as I'm supposed to if all my levels are normal. I have no idea how that feels like, so that will be something that I will keep you posted about. But for this moment, I just got used to feeling like sluggish, and some days like I just think like, oh my god, how am I gonna get through this day? And then I would choose Red Bull, which is horrible, especially if you have diabetes. That is horrible because all the sugar in Red Bull goes directly to your blood. But it was helping me. It was helping me feel more alive, more vibrant, and I was able to get more things done. So I had to stop with that immediately as well, because for obvious reasons, of course. Tomorrow I will be admitted to the hospital. I will get treated for the insulin problem that I might have. Basically what the doctors explained to me is that your pancreas, I don't know how, like these are medical terms, but your pancreas is the part of the body that produces insulin, and right now there's a problem right there. I just consumed way too much sugar and too much carbs, and carbs, like the carbs get transformed into sugars, the way they explain it to me, so that will also add like to the sugar levels, and my pancreas is not able to process enough or to make enough insulin to process all the sugar that is in my blood. So due to that, the sugar just keeps circulating in my blood. That is a problem that I'm having right now. They're gonna deal with that. They're gonna get it to a healthier level in the upcoming days, like starting from tomorrow up until Wednesday, and we will see how all of that goes. I will start a vlog after this video in which I'm gonna pack my suitcase and get ready for the hospital. I still need to wash my hair and everything. I have tomorrow morning as well, so it's fine. But yeah, that is this video. I thought I would just come up here and be open and transparent with you, and I don't want you to feel sorry for me at all. I really don't, because I see this as an opportunity to get healthy. Some people get the diagnosis that is way worse than this. I just see this as an opportunity to get myself healthy, get myself in check. And I always was planning on losing weight. I was always planning on living more healthy, moving more, like getting workouts done and blah, 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 and be more productive when it comes to that. And I just never got my way around it. I just had a lot of excuses and stuff, and now I really have to. And I don't see that as a bad thing. So you will see this transformation also on my channel in the upcoming months, like forever now, because I want to live. My dad was someone that didn't want to accept his diagnosis. He just kept eating things and drinking things that he wasn't allowed to have. He wasn't taking good care of himself. He used to like have breakfast with cookies and Coca-Cola, you know. He used to have that as his breakfast. And I remember like going to his place and seeing like all these fatty meats, like a whole bunch of pork meat. No judgment or anything against him, but when he passed away, it was very, very clear that he just never wanted to accept his diagnosis. And that is why it got that far with him. He also got both legs amputated. And of course, these were the horror stories that were going through my head when I just found out. But for now, I see it all bright. I accepted whatever it is that is going on. They're figuring it out. I'm still in time. And we're gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm gonna get back to health. They told me that maybe I will not even have to be medicated or continue any of this after I give birth to a healthy baby. So I'm looking forward to all of that. But this is what is gonna help me and what is gonna get me pregnant and what is gonna just recover me to health and to be able to bring a healthy child into this world, which I am going to. I'm manifesting it. My baby will be born healthy one day, and I'm gonna be a mother. Everything is gonna be fine. I'm gonna be healthy, my baby is gonna be healthy, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, but health first. My health is first. I need to put my body in the position to be able to carry out a full pregnancy and a peaceful pregnancy, a pregnancy without stress, and therefore we need to take these actions that will start tomorrow. So my message to you is, if you feel anything that I mentioned in this video, it doesn't matter, it doesn't specifically have to be that, but whatever you have, get it checked out. Pay your health insurance. Pay it, because it is so important. This week I also needed to figure out like what my health insurance includes, what will be paid, what will be covered, all those things that I never had to worry about. All those things I have to figure out this week. And I'm happy and blessed and so grateful for the fact that I have a good health insurance. My work covers a lot when it comes to my health insurance. So I'm really grateful and blessed for that matter. And I recommend you to do the same. Like, check those things out. Check out what your health insurance covers. Be aware of those things, because my life just changed from one day to another. But I'm super grateful. That's all I can say. I'm really grateful that it is this and it's not worse than this. I still wouldn't ask to be anybody else at all. I still want to be me. And I do have to address this thing. I've been getting the question lately, even before all of this was happening. I've been getting the question whether that I lost weight, and people wanting to know how I lost weight. I think I lost weight due to eating more healthy, but it's very possible that this whole diabetes thing has something to do with that as well. So just a general message is to eat healthy, drink your water, all of those things, because I'm just terrified every time I think about how high my levels are and how wrong this could have gotten. They even told me in the hospital that people with these type of levels, when they come in, they are dehydrated, they have headaches, they don't feel well, they are dizzy. And I'm like, okay, how the hell was I able to function? How the hell was I able to function with such high levels of glucose in my blood? And I also want to say, like, I know I spoke about this really rational right now. I am a rational person also, but I was like, the first few days I really felt defeated. I was like having a lot of self-pity, and at the end of the day, I just had to flip the script and be like, okay, this is what it is. You can cry and mourn and have self-pity, but you will have to turn this around. And I'm happy that I'm there now. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm anxious about tomorrow. I'm really anxious because they're gonna inject me or put something in my body that I didn't have before. And even though they promised me that I'm gonna feel a lot better after all of that, I really hope so. I'm also grateful for my daytime job, that they were super understanding about everything. So yeah, it's quite a lot. Oh my god, am I gonna get emotional? I'm gonna get a little emotional. It is just like, I take my life so serious when it comes to my job. I'm never late. I always make sure that I'm in time. But at the end of the day, I always can't help that I feel guilty about the fact that they pay me, and right now I wasn't able to do my job. But that is just me being silly, because at the end of the day, health before everything. And the same loyalty that I give to them when I'm healthy, they should also give me the same loyalty right now that I'm not at my best, you know? So yeah, I'm not gonna cry. That was not part of this program for today. But I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope this video helps you out with anything. If you feel anything, whatever it may be, go to the fucking doctor. And also, if you live in Europe or wherever in the world, if you ask to get checked for your iron, just ask them to check everything, because the problem in this whole thing is this not being detected earlier. But at the same time, then I would have had to start this whole process a lot sooner. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm very grateful for everything that I was able to eat in the last few years, in the last 10 years maybe. I'm very grateful for that. I enjoyed my life to the max. I was able to have all of it, and I can still have a lot, but a lot is still in moderation. You know, for example, if I have sushi, I had sushi on Wednesday because it was Benny and I's 9-year anniversary, but I didn't film, I didn't vlog because I was just not in the right headspace to be doing all of that. But I was able to have that. But then after that, I needed to just go back to, like, you know, sugar-free, like not low carb, but slow carb diet and all of that, and doing the right things and drinking my water and blah blah blah. And that's just how my life is gonna be from now on. But I'm okay with it because I'm here, I'm healthy, I'm gonna survive this. I'm gonna win. So that's that. By the time you see this, I'm probably already home from the hospital. So the hospital vlog will be the next vlog, like everything that has to do with me going to the hospital, I will vlog it. I will start in a little bit. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave a nice comment down below. Health, wealth, and a whole lot of love your way. Bye, Amika.